You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Understanding that balance is an illusion will help people realize that striving for work-life balance is an aspiration in futility, which will only lead to frustration and stress. Living a harmonized life, on the other hand, is a completely different ballgame. As a true professional or entrepreneur, which do you desire or are you working towards? Balance or harmony? Welcome to the Harmonized Life podcast. I am the harmonizer. My name is Nkem Ofonabo. Hi, welcome to the Harmonized Life podcast by Nkem Ofonabo, the harmonizer on Africa Business Radio. Our focus is to educate you of the need to move away from the narrative of balance to harmony, because balance promotes the strive for equilibrium between work and life. However, the extent to which one is a priority over the other changes during an individual's day, week, year, and even a lifetime. Harmony, on the other hand, is a deliberate choice to meaningfully, deeply, and rewardingly prioritize the key areas of life, such that you are living a wholesomely productive and fulfilling life at work, at home, in your community, and within self. So, welcome to the Harmonized Life podcast. Welcome back to the Harmonized Life podcast with Nkem Ofonabo, the harmonizer on Africa Business Radio. Today we are going to be talking about an interesting topic common among millennials and Gen Zs. And it's about the struggles and gains of being multi-passionate and how one can effectively juggle or integrate the varying interests or passion to make a difference in the world. You know, I didn't realize how much of a multi-passionate I was until after university, and I started to do this adult thing. You know, at first it was challenging, though in a good way, not to know why I developed certain skills that are very different from one another. At some point in my life, I was insanely passionate about interior design. And yes, I did a whole lot in that space. And then also, I realized also quite early in life that I love art, I love creative work, I love writing, I love speaking and inspiring people to take ownership of their lives. And still also trying to make a living out of a full-time job. So recently, without struggle, I had to define my values. And I found out that a strictly full-time job will be limiting to my need for personal and financial freedom and of course fulfillment. So I set out on a journey to align the varying passion, and that got me into stepping out of the box and being innovative. I have gone ahead to write a book, set up my own coaching, therapy and consulting business, launched my own podcast, hello, and of course an academy. And recently, I had this great idea of a brand that is going to change the whole world. And it's about, owning a holistic wellness center, from everything, coaching to therapy, to nutrition, to fitness, to recreation, retreats, a co-working and leisure center. It's something I'm currently nurturing and brainstorming on, because I have seen how being deliberate about all the dimensions of my life has greatly helped me. But the question remains, how can I effectively juggle all these varying skills and talent of mine to make a difference in the world? I know I'm not alone. I know that I'm not alone. I'm not the only one facing this. So, when we come back, we are going into our guest segment where I will interact with Mr. Othuke Uyeri, fondly called the Oxygenator. He is an Olusola Lanre Coaching Academy certified life coach, a practitioner of Neuro-Linguistic programming. He's also an emotional freedom technique and matrix reimprinting practitioner, a cognitive behavioral therapist with over 14 years as a banker, a trained geologist turned financial engineer. I need to know what that means. Whose strength is in supporting the ease of doing business for medium to large corporate organizations. We will be discussing the topic, how to effectively juggle multiple passions. Stay with us. Understanding that balance is an illusion will help people realize that striving for work-life balance is an aspiration in futility, which will only lead to frustration and stress. Living a harmonized life, on the other end, is a completely different ballgame. As a true professional or entrepreneur, which do you desire or are you working towards? Balance or harmony? I am the harmonizer. My name is Nkem Ofonabo. Welcome back to the Harmonized Life podcast with Nkem Ofonabo, the harmonizer. I have here with me Othuke Uyeri. Hello, Othuke.
Hello, Kim. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to have you on the show today. So let's dig in.
All right. I'm here for you.
Awesome. So let's get to meet Othuke Uyeri and let us know why you are fondly called the Oxygenator.
Okay. So like you rightly introduced in your previous section, I am the Oxygenator. My name is Othuke Uyeri. I am fondly called the Oxygenator because I oxygenate minds and completely transform lives. So it is my strong belief that each of us, we are all called to live an enriched and fully optimized life, irrespective of the pains we pass through in life daily, irrespective of the mixed opportunities and even the failures.
True.
So over the years, I have come to realize that if we could just dig deep into what we have in our inside, because I have realized that God created us complete. From the story of birth, from how the sperm fertilizes the egg, nothing else is added for a human to be created.
God is a perfect God, they say.
Excellent. So I have realized that we are created complete and we should be able to live an enriched and fully optimized life. I'm on a mission to transform lives by oxygenating their minds.
Wow.
I go about doing this using all that I have learned from Olusola Coaching Academy and all my life experiences. So as we continue to interact, you will get to find out more.
Thank you.
I am a husband, a father, like you said, a banker, a businessman, a therapist, a coach.
Like you went into my head to know the next question I wanted to ask you. So, what is your typical day like, and how do you navigate the various demands of being a husband, a father, a banker, a business mogul, and I like to call you the billionaire prince, and everything in between?
So, I am a firm believer of the power of the subconscious mind. So I believe that before anything manifests, you should have conceived it, processed it, produced it in your mind. So before I sleep, I meditate and try to talk to my infinite intelligence. That's what I call my subconscious mind.
Okay.
So I try to talk to him to give me ideas about how the next day is going to look like.
Wow.
I go into meditation, I go into visualization. I feed my mind with what I desire to accomplish for the next day. And in that process, I drift into sleep.
Wow.
So sometimes as I'm sleeping, I already have answers to some of the issues that I need to resolve the next day. And when I wake up in the morning, I am all charged up to go through that day. So, first of all, in the morning, we put the family together and do our prayers and our Bible study and so on, right? Just to energize the spirit man for the day. And I set out to ensure that everybody is fine, everybody is happy, everybody has eaten, and all is well from the family front. And I start my work for the day. So I use a lot of tools to be effective, because one of the key things that helps you to multitask and do so many things at the same time is your ability to be an effective user of time.
True.
We all have 24 hours. So if you are able to use technology, leadership style, leadership tools to make your day extremely productive, you just end up seeing that you have accomplished so much within 24 hours. So just to break it down a little bit, I do a lot of delegation.
Awesome.
I do a lot of outsourcing.
Awesome.
I use a lot of technology. All in a bid to what? Touch base with everything that I need to do in one day. Because if you look at my calendar sometimes you'll be wondering, how will I be able to do all of this in 24 hours? And at the end of the day, I come back and I sit and I try to review how the day went. And I see that I have actually accomplished everything. So as a father, I sort out the children in the morning, pray for them, start their day properly. There's what I ginger them, because I make them believe that they can be all
they want to be.
They are ever going to be. Like, all they just need to do is believe. So I just prepare them in the morning so that when they go out there, they have the strength and they have the ability to go through whatever challenges that they may face for that day and come back home victorious. So we meet in the evening and rejoice and know that yes, everybody's day went well. They also know, they also know that even if it goes off plan, you don't need to fret, because at times you just need to know and understand that life is not always the way you plan it to be.
True.
Things can just happen that will take a different turn, but you need to stay on course. There's what we call in the house, there's what we practice is homeostasis. Right?
Say it again.
Homeostasis.
Okay.
So it's a state where you have peace in your inside, regardless of what is happening all around you.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. It's out of the abundance of the heart that the mouth speaketh. So
fantastic. Wow. See, I was just smiling all through. Like, you touched every bit. You talked every bit from time management to self-leadership to delegation, outsourcing, everything. That was so profound. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we will go deep into the topic of discussion. Understanding that balance is an illusion will help people realize that striving for work-life balance is an aspiration in futility, which will only lead to frustration and stress. Living a harmonized life, on the other end, is a completely different ballgame. As a true professional or entrepreneur, which do you desire or are you working towards? Balance or harmony? I am the harmonizer. My name is Nkem Ofonabo. Welcome back. So Othuke, or rather, let me call you the oxygenator.
Yes, okay.
How have you been?
Well, fine. So
Hope
far,
you're
so good.
exactly. Okay. So, what exactly does it mean to be multi-passionate?
So for us to define being multi-passionate, let's take it from the angle of what is passion. And if you look at passion as a word, it's kind of tricky to define it. But when you are passionate about something, you recognize it when you see it. It's something that gives you boundless energy, you know, and it's always intense. You are so focused on that particular thing. It makes your adrenaline to pump, right? So something that makes you happy, something that gives you inner peace and joy is something that you can sense. Something that oxygenates you. You got it right there. So now, as a human being, we are multifaceted, right? God created us with multiple capabilities and multiple capacities. So, I am a father. That does not prevent me from being a husband. That doesn't prevent me from being a banker. That doesn't prevent me from running all my various businesses, including the coaching and the therapy that I just recently introduced into the whole picture, right? So, being multi-passionate simply means living the life God created you, being all that God has created you to be. Our Father is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last, the present, omniscience. You understand? And he created us in His image, meaning that we are Him here. So all that He can do, we can do. So when you are not able to be that multi-passionate person, right? Whatever your hand findeth to do it well. So being multi-passionate is a mindset. You know that anything that you find interesting, you can do it, and you can do it well, and you can achieve the result from it. Because you are capable. You have all that it takes. So from my own perspective, right, being multi-passionate is being that human being that you are able to accomplish all that you ever desire. In every area of your life.
Okay, I know that a lot of people, even some of the people that I've coached, are struggling in that aspect, especially those that have a full-time job and they realize that I can do this, you know. I'm very passionate about photography, I'm very passionate about designing, maybe fashion, whatever it is, but they struggle to be able to do it all, like you say, or be all, like you said. So how then can I decide what I want if I'm multi-passionate?
Okay, so you will realize that when we are young, right, we have dreams, we have passions, and they are all fun and exciting when we think about them, boundless, as I had said before. But as we grow old and becoming the adult, right, the reality kicks in that it takes more than, I love this, I love that, I love that. So one of my mentors would tell you that passion doesn't put food on the table, right? So you should be able to convert that passion, find joy in converting it to something that will better your life economically, so you can even be impactful to people around you. So how do you juggle it to ensure that you are able to do your normal full-time job and still follow your passion and make a living from it? I will go back to time management, right? So you are obligated by your offer letter to work for your employer from a particular time to a particular time.
8 to 5 or 8 to 6 or
Excellent. So you are permitted to sleep 8 hours in a day. When you take 8 hours out of 24 hours, you are left with 16 hours. Out of that 16 hours, you are working for somebody for 8 hours. What do you do with the remaining 8 hours? If you are able to account for what you do productively with those remaining 8 hours, over time, you would have been able to use that to build your passion, albeit slowly and consistently. And over time, you will just find out that yes, you are at that place. So many years ago, I started a cake business with my wife. How did we start it? We had a child, and they were telling us that if you want to put your child in a crèche, you're going to pay 50,000. My wife is a lawyer, a full-time lawyer, right? So the salary they were going to pay her was not even enough to pay for the crèche.
Wow.
And she just mentioned it one day that she can bake. And I said, are you serious? Yes. So let's make a business out of that passion for baking. And she just started using the equipment that we already had in the house. The stove, the pot. There's a technique that you can use that to start baking.
Of course.
And I cannot say the cakes were coming out perfect. But being the supportive husband, right, I had to put my mind and ensure that that business is going to succeed. I was carrying the cakes from office to office, dropping on people's table, advertising it, selling it, right? Just to ensure that when I come back home, she sees the result and she's happy to encourage her to move. I can tell you for free now today that that business is a multi-million naira business over time, right? We've gone through so many stages of progress. So I can proudly say that I am a cake manufacturer. I am a cake seller today. Why? Because of those little steps that we took consistently over the years, right? I have a passion for real estate and I am a banker. So when I see a client that has a real estate real estate need, I take personal interest in ensuring that I am able to structure that business in a way that that guy will succeed, because as he is succeeding, he's creating an environment for people to have houses, which is one of my passions, that people should have a roof over their head. So as I'm supporting that business, using my banking skills and using all the tools that are available for me, I am also fulfilling that passion for real estate. Some people, you can have a passion for photography and you are working in an environment that requires you to be traveling around. As you are traveling, you can be snapping pictures with your camera, right? And creating quality memories that you can look back to.
You can have a travel blog, and before you know it, people will start calling
you
for
photography deals over the weekend. That wow, there's something you snapped that was so good. You are actually on the course of doing your 9 to 5. But because you are passionate about taking pictures, you just have a camera by your side, and as you're passing, you're just snapping and posting. Social media. What are you doing with your social media? What are you posting out there? Are you selling yourself? Whether you like it or not, every step we take, every day of our lives, we are selling. As you're coming out of your house, as you're stepping into the bus, as you're coming into your office, you are selling.
But I thank you so much. But I have a question, especially around some organizations that don't support employees investing in their other interests. So how can one actually express himself or herself if he or she finds himself in such an environment?
So, in life, there are always options. There are always options. The map that you have in your head is never the territory. Right? For every problem, there is a solution. So, who are you? What are you? Who are you not? What are you not? If you allow the environment where you find yourself to limit you, you are already creating mental blocks that will prevent you from being all that you were created to be.
And living a full life.
So that's the point of decision for you, where you will have to decide what you really want in life. Nothing good, they say, comes easy. Right? So when you want to succeed in life, the environment where you find yourself, your skills and your capabilities, your beliefs, your values,
you have to find an alignment.
Your mission, your vision, they have to all align. The moment you're in a place where something is preventing you from being all that you have to be, I wouldn't tell you
time to reassess.
Do you understand? So you have to go back, look at your life. Those are some of the things that we do in coaching, right? Help you to assess yourself and know where you stand.
Okay, wow. So this is now the main question, right? The main question is, how do I pursue personal and financial freedom from my various passions?
All right.
Because my passion has to feed me, right?
True. So, for you to make money in life, you must offer something of value. You must offer something of value that meets the needs and wants and requirements of other people, right? So it doesn't just end there. So you will offer that value in such a way that those people will be interested in getting that value from you, and they will be willing to pay you for it. The moment you can get to that point and set up yourself that you have something to offer that meets the needs and requirements of people, and they will want to get you to offer them and will be willing to pay you for it, you have achieved financial freedom from there.
Awesome. So it's all about dedication now. Dedication, excellence, and finding exactly who you are and what you are called to be, and then being able to express it fully
in a way that people will see it and want to come to you to get some of it from you and be willing to pay you for that.
Awesome. Wow. That was so powerful and informative. So if today I'm very passionate and I'm looking for a coach or an accountability partner or a mentor, how can I find you?
Wow. Okay. So I am all over the place on social media. I am Othuke Uyeri on Instagram. Okay. Othuke Uyeri on LinkedIn. I am Othuke Uyeri on Twitter. Othuke Uyeri on Facebook.
That makes
the Oxygenator. Yeah.
That makes it easy. So thank you so much. Listeners, send your questions, comments, and contributions through Africa Business Radio and Nkemofonabo. Also follow us on all our social media platforms to stay updated on new episodes. You can stream or download on Africa Business Radio and from other streaming platforms. Thank you. Understanding that balance is an illusion will help people realize that striving for work-life balance is an aspiration in futility, which will only lead to frustration and stress. Living a harmonized life, on the other end, is a completely different ballgame. As a true professional or entrepreneur, which do you desire or are you working towards? Balance or harmony? I am the harmonizer. My name is Nkemofonabo.
You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.